I'm Chandler from ChargeTax. A few weeks ago, I was chosen to build a car for the Power Wheels racing competition at OpenSauce. But they just released the rules today, which means there's only about 4 weeks between now and when the competition is. That means I have to turn a plastic toy children's car into something that can hold an adult and race around a track. I have to paint it, I have to modify it, and I have to find a car at all. It's gonna be a really challenging timeline, but I'm really excited for the challenge. All right. I just rented an F-250, and now I gotta go get the car. All right, let's go. Looks pretty good, I guess. All right. Let's see. I'm not gonna be able to get this out. There we go. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. That's not going anywhere. All right, time to take this to my buddy's house. This thing is so huge. This is like a monster truck. I do not know how people drive these in real life. All right, it drives. It's a new day and I'm back. Right now I'm gonna be doing some testing on the battery. It's pretty much full right now, and I'm gonna hop in it and see how long it'll run for to see if I need to upgrade the capacity. All right, it didn't die. It didn't stop going. I could still go a little bit further maybe, but it's going so slow that it's effectively dead at this point. That's not bad. That was over 12 minutes. And definitely 5 minutes or so of very decent riding, so we shouldn't need too much more capacity on the battery there. All right, it's time to do some electronics work now. So I've got this fuse holder. This should be sure that the battery doesn't draw too much power. So I'm gonna wire this into the battery, and then I'm gonna wire in this kill switch also to be sure that it doesn't blow up if something goes wrong. And if it does blow up, I can at least turn it off and maybe stop it from blowing up. Alright, next step is to do the soldering that I wanted to do least, honestly. There we go. I have to get these wires, these thick wires, around this tiny transistor. You can't even see it. Can you see it? It's tiny, and I don't get how I'm not going to make a short here. It feels like I'm gonna make a short, pretty much no matter what I do. So first thing I have to do is cut the wires, do my best to solder this on, and then I'll attach the safety switch next. The soldering joint is quite good. Feeling a lot more confident than I did initially. All right, so I have most of the wires in there now. Now I just have to double check to be sure that the walls are where I think they are, and then I can cut some holes for them and install this kill switch. If you take a look here, you can see the wall I'm gonna cut in, that's the battery compartment, and then the wall I'm gonna cut in a second time. And then if you look under here, I'm gonna be cutting under this and putting the kill switch in there. Actually, I can, that might be better. This is gonna be better actually. Okay, you know what? People have cut things better in the past, but people have also cut things worse in the past. I've got the cut here, and then I can... All right, again, not a pretty cut, but it is a cut. Doesn't quite fit there. Okay. It doesn't look good, but none of this looks good. All right, I'm on the final stretches of the kill switch now. I don't need this anymore. I do need this little guy. Let's go in here. There we go, through there. And then through here. Ah, oh, beautiful. So I still need to solder a wire to this. So this is the next step. I have all these wires coming out now, and I've got the kill switch right here, and I need to wire it up so that if I flick this one way, it turns it on and lets the electricity flow, but if we flick it the other way, it should stop the electricity flow from the battery so that if there's any safety things going wrong, the battery blows up or one of the motors, I don't know, catches on fire, we can stop everything. I can take my oscilloscope here and put it on continuity mode. So what this is going to do is, if the wires that the red and black leads here are connected to touch, it's going to give me a beep. So that means I can test this out. So if I put this here, and let's put it here, this there, and this here. Okay, so this is off, this is on, off, on. So I'll connect this with ground, so it'll be separated from the ground with a resistor, and then this is the power, and I'll connect the power with the switch here. I'll do a little stripping. Kinky, I know. This should mean that the battery itself is not connected. So, the way to test that, we can come over here. We can get the battery, carefully place it in there. Open up the fuse holder. Okay? Install a 60 amp fuse. Oh, okay, this is easier. Okay, I mean, I'm never gonna be able to get this out, like in 100 years. This fuse is not gonna come out, but that should be fine. I should be able to plug this into this. We should not see any sparks or explosions. Okay, but when I press the pedal, it should not go anywhere. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Now, if I flip this switch, it shouldn't explode, and pushing the pedal should make it go somewhere. Okay? Nothing has exploded. Oh my god. And then flip switch. Okay. Flip switch back. Oh no, we gotta turn it off. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how nervous I was that that was just not gonna work at all. Okay. So, doesn't work. And I flip my switch. And then flip it back. And then I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check to see if the transistor is hot. Oh, okay. It looks like the transistor is pretty toasty. I was really hoping not to have to do any more electrical work, but I probably should install a fan. Hey, I'm back in the car, and I'm gonna do some more changes. So last time, I had this switch working with a transistor, and I noticed the transistor was getting really hot. I'm not super comfortable with using that in the car. I'm worried it's gonna melt the plastic or something. So I'm gonna be taking out this switch and putting in a better one, and just replacing the transistor altogether. And then after that, I should be good to just get the theming like really dialed in. Alright, the only thing left to do is to put a battery in this bad boy and see if it still works. So we'll confirm it doesn't work right now. Yep. But if we flip this switch, we should well, that's not good. Huh. Just disconnect that. What is going on here? Did my fuse blow? Nope, fuse is fine. What happens if I plug it back in? Okay. I don't know what that was, but... Okay, I have no idea what went wrong just now, but it's working now. Okay, let's take it for a test drive. Alright, now it's time to do a quick test drive. See if it works like it should. Now switch it on. Hop in. And it was just working. I just jiggled the cable, which is something that happens when you drive a Power Wheel, so I'm not super excited about that, I'm gonna be honest. I see, okay. Yeah, okay, the battery terminals. The battery terminals here, it's hard to see in the light. Okay, the battery terminals here aren't super well connected here. I can figure out a way to connect them better. Or maybe I can just push them in. Oh, this has been on the ground, but it's too late for that now. Okay. Okay. That should be a lot better now. Let's see. Okay. I could tell it was being weird because I moved it around and I could see it sparking when I was trying to pass current through it, which means that it didn't have a very good contact. Okay, so it should. That's good. This is green. Okay. think it works now. I'll mount this better in the future. I'll get some nuts and I think I'm just gonna drill some holes in here and mount it to the back here so it's easily accessible by the driver and it's easily accessible by anyone who's trying to get at it. But I think that's good. I think I can finally work on getting the painting done and getting the theming done, and we should be ready for the competition in a couple weeks. That was a lot less janky of a solution than the weird transistor stuff was, so pretty excited about that. It's, yeah, it's going good. Next step is to check to be sure this is working properly. So this faceplate should just click in here. And here. Beautiful. And oh, that's great. Okay, so now that I know that works, now I need to add the actual face here. So I printed out a picture of Judy Hopps, and this is on sticky paper, so I should just be able to stick it to the front of this, and it should just work. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's just smooth that out. And then I can use this knife, and I think I can just cut around the edges here. All right. If that doesn't look good, I don't know what does. So, put this back in. Beautiful. So, it's 5 days until OpenSauce. And my cart is almost done, except that it's still really slow. So I've done all my decorations, I've done all the basic electrical work to get it to be able to be raced. But about a week before OpenSauce, I got an email from the organizers giving basic instructions for how to use a 24-volt battery instead of a 12-volt battery with the cart. Now this comes with some risk. I have to do more wiring. It's possible that I could blow out the motors, I could overheat them, and then I could have to replace them. I could have to replace gearboxes. I'll have to add in more pedals. It's risky, but at the same time, I gotta do it. There's only a few days, so it's really gonna come down to the wire here, but I think it's worth it, and I gotta give it my best. Everything is wired up. If I turn this on, it should work. Okay, very gently. Lift this up. Okay, well that's not good. Okay, so let's recap. So this should be 24 volts through a fuse that is not blown into the positive power of this motor controller. We've got the negative going back into the battery. Okay, that's good. We have the blue being the positive and yellow being the negative going into the white and black here. The white and black go into the red and black, which is the power and the ground over here in the gear shift. And they go into the motors. What if we look on the back of the motor controller here and see if there's anything it needs to be doing? Key switch. If there's no power lock, connect red and blue. Okay, okay? That is key. I see, I bet that's the problem. Okay. Let's scrap a wire. Where's some wire? Okay. Give a little snip. There we go, okay. Now, battery connector is disconnected. Let's connect the key switch here. Okay, let's try again. Battery connector on. Okay. Picking it up. Pedal. Okay. Motors aren't too hot. That was in reverse. Let's put it in forward. Okay. And forward fast. Okay. That's good stuff. Okay, so there's a couple things we have to do before we can really get this going. We need to split off power for fans. So these motors are probably going to get really hot because they're the stock motors and I don't want them to die. So I'm going to need to make holes for fans. So these are both 12 volt fans. They will go in here, I think. What if they both go here? That's kind of good because then they're like directly blowing on the motors. I like that actually. I'm here. It's about 1:30 in the morning right now, but I just have to test this out to see if it's working, so I'm gonna give it a quick go. I'm gonna test the brakes here real quick. Okay, it doesn't drive. Now I take the brakes off. Yeah. What I'm seeing there is when I press the brakes and it's going, it's not stopping. So what I expected to be happening was if I connect it to the motor controller and press the brakes, it'll short the motors so that they just can conduct current around themselves and they'll just stop themselves. But I think what's actually happening is it's just preventing current from flowing, like for the throttle when the brake is pressed, but it's not actually braking it. So I need to connect a different wire. I need to connect the brakes to the motor wires themselves, not to the motor controller, and that should allow me to brake properly. Other than that, it's looking pretty good. So I'll try to fix that wiring, get that set up, and then we should be pretty much golden here. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. Okay, it's now 3 a.m. on the day before I have to load this onto a truck and bring it to OpenSauce. But things are going really well. I'm pretty sure this is the last test I'm going to need to do. I'm confident that the battery capacity is high enough to support everything. I can't do anything else about overheating on the motors. I have fans on them. I think the motors themselves have fans. I have inlets and outlets for plenty of fresh air in there.
So I don't really think there's any reason to over-test it any more than I already am. I don't think at this point I can change anything really. I did take the day off Friday, but that's going to be mostly eaten up by getting it into a truck and taking it to OpenSauce and things like that. So this is pretty much the last test. I'm going to test to be sure I can go kind of at full speed, see what happens. And then I'm going to test to see if I can use the brakes, which I think I will be able to do properly now. All right, let's go. Switching it on. The brakes work. That's amazing. That's gonna be wild. Everything's stable, everything's glued in properly. I have a few more cosmetic things to change. I have to add the face back and I have to add the ass. But other than that, we're golden here. This is the final product. So I'm gonna head home, make sure I get all the footage off the SD cards, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I still have work in the morning. But yeah, this is a really, really good showing so far. I'm here the day before OpenSauce. It's time to pack all my stuff up and move it to the event. That is not connected. Good. Okay, this should fix the problem. Good.
Is it not working at all?
This key, this is in case you want your part to have a key mechanism, and the car controller will only work, and this is electrically connected. So now, but if we do this, it should. Yay! Okay. I'm glad that we're not seeing catastrophic failure. That was almost a panic attack.
Any female snap connectors?
I do not have any connectors.
You can do them all if you want, but
I'm gonna have to drift a lot more than I thought I was. It's basically necessary in this car to get around the corners, to pick up speed, and then use the brakes to drift. So that was unexpected, but here we are. Other than that, we should be pretty good to go.
You sit in these?
I do in this. I can show you how I sit.
Yeah.
So I go like this, and then I have my knees out,
Oh, okay.
and then I can do feet there. Sorry?
You put your feet in first?
Yeah. And you are you ready for power?
Yep.
You are live. You got another frame.
Whoop. You get another foot ready, hang on.
And it's variable throttle, so the harder you press down on it, the more you get.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
you came in like split and lightning. How did you do it? What was your strategy? Really strategy using your hands to power. Pretty sure that's legal here in Power Wheels Drive. So give it up for our first place winner!
So I'm here in the Power Wheels Racing pits, and last time I did the race, my traction was really bad on the front wheels. I had to drift pretty much every sharp turn, which was making it really hard to drive because I kept spinning out. So right now I'm going to take some rubber material I got from one of the people who are running the event. I'm going to cut it down to match the wheels, and then I think I'm just going to screw it in to the wheels so I can hopefully get some better traction. Okay, so change of plans. It looks like the egg drop over there is taking a little longer than we thought it was going to. So they've postponed the races we were going to do today to tomorrow. So I did put all the rubber on the front wheels. It all looks good, but we're going to have to wait until the morning to actually test it out and see if it's helpful. If it's not, I'm just going to unscrew it and I'll rip the rubber back off. I think we're just going to go enjoy OpenSauce now. Okay, my alarm went off late this morning. Luckily, Emily's alarm still went off. And we got here a little bit late. I also realized on the way here that I'm racing at 9. It's currently 8:37. And I still need to test if my wheels have the correct traction. So I'm gonna put my helmet on, throw my GoPros on, and we'll head out as fast as I can. I was having a lot of issues yesterday with corners. I basically had to drift every single time I went around one. But it looks like they're not going to be an issue. I feel like for the racing today and whatever creators use my car, we're going to have a real chance at being very competitive. So this is a great start to the day, and I'm super excited to get back to racing, and it looks like 20 minutes. So I need to sign it. A couple things. This all the way back is brakes and the gas at the same time because you might blow your gas. And the last creator we raced with was first, so don't do that. It's a driver problem. It's not the car. Okay, good to know. Do your best and you will. Okay. No pressure. Yeah, no pressure.
See if I fit in here?
Yeah. You got it.
How do I push the pedals though? Hang on.
Try to sit on the back.
Can I do this? Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
Can you reach the stop, or do you want me to go ahead
I can.
and turn it for you? Okay. If you want to just like barely tap the accelerator.
Yep, okay.
Right.
But I'm going to be very back heavy.
Yeah, it looks like if your weight's back there, you may
Maybe I can...
run the risk of
How much do I need brakes?
Sorry?
How much do I need brakes?
I never used the brakes.
Okay, cool.
I did. Before I had the rubber, it couldn't turn very well, so I had to drift around every single turn, but you shouldn't need to do that. The rubber's enough so you can...
All right, I can push the accelerator with my heel.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other creator ended up hurt his feet, so he just reached a hand and used the brake with his hand whenever he needed it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the hand thing here. I think the hand accelerator is the way to go.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go! But it is a fight for second place. Third place, let's have the driver generally up here, please, to receive the third place.
error, definitely driver error.
That's okay. I think you might have been in first there.
I was wondering.
We've had a lot of transponder issues.
Okay.
One of the third place medals I've gotten, I was definitely in first. We have video of it, but I think you did a great job, and I really appreciate you driving it. Here's your badge.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for letting me drive it. That was a blast.
Yeah, I'm glad
It drove super well.
Thank you.
And with that, OpenSauce was over. It was time to head home, let Judy Hopps finally rest, and start preparing for next year. This was such a fun challenge. I want to give a huge shout out to William Osman for hosting the event, the Lazy Gecko team for setting up and running the Power Wheels racing, and to Tom Stanton and Scotty from Strange Parts for driving my car. I've left links to both their channels in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And until next time, goodbye.